Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'm here with Tracy and Bridget, and we're going to be taking you guys through about an hour's worth of mobility today. Today's class is going to be donation based. We're going to announce the place that we're going to be donating to in about 5 minutes. Class will start promptly at 3:30. We just wanted to open up the room really quickly just to get everyone inside of the room and get everyone set and comfortable. And if you have some gear at your house, a yoga mat would be recommended, as well as 1 to 2 yoga blocks, and maybe a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. Something that we might be using for some props. If you don't have any of these props, that's totally fine. We can makeshift some objects. If we're going to be doing some hovers over objects, you can use a shoe or a water bottle. If you don't have a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball or anything hanging around, that's totally fine. So get yourself comfortable, maybe throw on some of your favorite music, and get ready to move your body. We'll announce the business that we're going to be donating to in about 5 minutes, so stay tuned. We'll have the Venmo attached to everything as well, so stay tuned.
Should I say anything? So should it get like more about the youth? Is that what that's worth? Not is that? Okay, at least I need to come down. Just in front of
So sentimental, not sentimental, no romantic, not disgusting yet. I'm down with no leg, when with a fortune and no leg. I'm looking for something else. Do it, so slowly discover distant from our just only with me into this love.
All right, everybody. We're getting really excited to host this class here. So as you guys know, today's class is going to be all donation-based. As this keeps going, it seems like for a while here, we're all going to be hosting all of our classes online. And at the beginning of each week, we're going to announce a new charity and maybe a new cause once a week. 50% of the donations are going to go towards that cause. And for this week's cause, we have decided to donate 50% of all revenue to Attention Homes in Boulder. Attention Homes does a lot of really great work for some of the at-risk youth here in Boulder. They provide the middle ground between foster care and entering into the real world. They do some really amazing stuff. So all donations can go to the business Venmo account, which is Optimal-Movement. And 50% of that will go to Attention Homes here in Boulder. We'll be hosting classes once a day for the rest of the week, and 50% of those donations will also end up going to Attention Homes. So we'll see you guys back here in about 15 minutes. Class starts at 3:30. Just a reminder, make yourself a cup of tea, maybe a cocktail, and we'll see you soon.
You and I don't think what's so and it down that road, you don't gotta go down so low. Don't let me go. Got no patience, conversation, driving you up the bar. I'm a perfect girl, fast, no sarcasm at all. You say you're sorry, but don't know what you're sorry for. No more to keep that score. You left your pain in the smoke, take away the pain. I remember all the mistakes and every eye. No one thing, you're not okay. I'm not okay. Take away the pain, and you go down. All the mistakes and every eye. That I'll change. I'm not alright.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that no one is right. His heart was stone, but then his hands wrong. I'm turning to gold and it's so damn hard. But I'll be a daydream, I'll be your favorite thing. We could be beautiful, get drunk on a good life. I'll take you to paradise. Say you never let me go. Keep me the bones and I feel you. Take me back to the time when we made a little highway. You can listen out with the old film slow and the beat on the couch in the background highway. Take it back to a time when we've been on the highway. Think of this enough with old found small little weed on the couch in the back of the highway.
Oh, yellow. What? Take a lot of. Third of yours.
But since you've been gone,
I think they are.
That's not what you think, like 90%.
I'm pretty sure.
Great way to So wait, how did you get this all?
They want to make sure that they're alive.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So we're going to be going live here in about 5 minutes with the class. I am going to be doing all the behind the scenes action. So moving the camera around, adjusting the microphone and all that. Tracy and Bridget are going to be taking you guys through a full hour of mobility. And then for the last 5 or 7 minutes, I'll be taking you guys through some breath work, just because I really love to end a mobility class with some breath work, just to kind of down-regulate the nervous system, and it's just a lot of fun. So class will start here in about 4 minutes, and we'll see you guys back here then.
Shake it up a little bit so we can find shoulders at the same time. Like we did last time. And then I'm going to do quadruped bars. So I'm going to dance party is all you need to say. Yeah, you should go with this one, right? So. All right, well, hello. We're going to get started in just a minute. If you have blocks and a ball, that would be awesome, but if not, no big deal, you'll make do. So not necessary, but definitely sometimes can be fun to add in a little extra difficulty. If you've never taken class with us before, welcome, and if you have taken class with us, welcome anyway. Today's going to be some hip spiciness. If you're available to be near a wall, that would be super helpful as well, just for feedback later on in the class. But if not, again, we'll just kind of pretend like the wall's there and try to stay away from it at that point. We're going to start with what are called CARs, controlled articular rotations. That basically is just a big strict circle. And we're going to try to move our body parts independently at the expense, or not at the expense of moving the rest of our body. So we're definitely checking in for pain, but we don't want to go into it. So if you're noticing some pinchy pain spots, definitely try to go around them. Don't push into them. You can definitely ask questions on here. We've got somebody maybe looking at that too. And if we can respond, we will. If not, we'll try to respond back to you towards the end of class. Otherwise, we're going to get started with the spine. We'll do the shoulders and move on to the hips. So we're going to do spine starting off with cat-cow, a little bit different than we would do in kind of a yoga class where you might see nice big global motion. The spine might move kind of as one big piece. And we just want to think about breaking that down a little bit more, checking in to see what pieces of my spine aren't moving as well and maybe what pieces are moving pretty well. So I like to have people start in a flex or rounded position. We're going to stay flexed and rounded through the whole spine. We're just going to start unlocking the tailbone, moving into extension or taking it up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to start walking it up towards the belly button. Thinking about making wrinkles on the shirt, we're going to keep walking up through the sternum, through the shoulder blades, drawing it up to the chin. She's going to take a look up towards the ceiling, take a breath, and she's going to make sure her elbows are long. The earth is pushed away from her. She's going to stay still here now, tuck the chin, and then when she can't tuck the chin anymore, she's going to start rounding through the upper back, all the way down towards the pelvis, making that the last thing that tucks under. And then we're just going to start walking it back up. So I'm going to let you all start following me here for 90 seconds. So we're just trying to tune in and get little pieces of movement throughout the entire spine. So I like to have my eyes closed here for this particular one. It decreases the amount of sensory feedback, so it's helpful. So again, we're just moving from the chin down towards the toes, thinking about rounding and curling up into a ball. And when you're curled up, you're just going to start unwinding, getting long through the spine. So you're moving through here. Again, checking in. So once you've moved one piece, it shouldn't be moving anymore. We're checking in to make sure the weight isn't shifting forward or backwards, so we're just staying still. So we're getting true spinal motion here. Let's keep moving for about 20 seconds. So try to move a little bit more in the places that aren't moving right now. And we're going to move for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to take it down to a collapsed quadruped position. So we're just going to sink our butt down towards the ceiling. She's going to start reaching that thumb up to try to touch as far back behind her as she can before she feels her chest want to expand towards the mat. So she's going to freeze. From here, she's thinking about the upper part of the arm. If she were holding a drink, she's going to start dumping it out as she starts reaching back. And she's going to freeze here and try to dump it even more, reaching back and up towards the ceiling. She's going to hit extension, bring the knuckles towards the thigh, and then pause in that halfway mark. So she's going to reset the body, making sure nothing here changed. She's going to take the thumb, draw it up towards the ceiling, and freeze. She's going to start unwinding the soft part of the arm back towards the face, making the biggest, safest circle she can, and then we'll repeat. So we're going to be here for the next 60 seconds. So go ahead and start drawing that thumb up,
And again, we're tuning into that torso. It shouldn't be twisting or rotating. We're making the biggest pain-free circle that we can. So you're always trying to make that big, big circle. Good. That chin is going to be nice and level, so you're staring maybe right above the fingertips, not cranking down or extending too much. The spine is not moving towards the mat. Nice. And when we're moving here, we're really thinking about the upper part of the arm doing that rotation. So think about moving that bicep area more than anything. So let's keep moving for 15 seconds. So maybe it just got a little harder to move in here. So you're moving a little slower, like you're moving through Jello right now. And we're just going to keep in motion for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can definitely complete. We're going to switch shoulders though. So maybe if you want to face the camera just for this one. Cool. So you should be working a different shoulder now. So you're in this collapsed quadruped position. Nice. If this doesn't feel good on your knees, you have the option to be on all fours, or you can put a block or something under your butt just to give you a little bit of elevation so you're not smashing down so much knee flexion. So from here, she's going to take the right arm, the arm you didn't work. Thumb's going to reach up for the ceiling. She's going to dump the drink out, keep reaching back and up as she rotates. So we're always rotating, drawing that big circle. Knuckles will come to the thigh, and then she's going to reverse the circle. Good. So again, we're always looking for height. We're just going to move here for the next 90 seconds. Again, we're reaching through those fingertips, trying to keep that elbow locked out. We don't really want to keep it bending throughout the motion. Still making the biggest circle we can, always squeezing for a little extra rotation when we can get it, not letting that chest open and expand, and we're not sinking that chin down to the ground. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Good, we're here for about another 15 more seconds. So nice and slow. If you can go a little slower, maybe give yourself a little more tension or pretend it just got a little harder to move. Good, we're gonna keep moving for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna shake it out or finish your rep. Awesome. So from here, we're going to do a really similar thing, but now we're going to take it to the hip. Instead of keeping that arm longer, though, we're going to squeeze the heel to the butt. So we're really thinking about moving the thigh here. So Bridget's going to be up in that quadruped or all fours position. And when we're tuning in here, we're really trying to check in to not let that spine extend or round or flex. So we want to keep it nice and long and nice and stable. We're also trying to prevent that pelvis from tilting one way or the other. So we're trying not to get completely uneven. So whatever knee is down or the supporting knee, try to keep the weight on the inside of that leg as you move through this motion. So she's going to move the right leg since it's the outside leg. So she's going to take the breath in. Everything through the body is stable. She's going to draw that thigh up towards her belly button and pause when she can't go further. So we're feeling for when that wants to round. We stop before that. We keep the knee high as we peel the leg out like we were peeing on a tree. We're going to pause here. In this position, I'm going to have her rotate to try to put her heel on the ceiling as she takes her knee up, and we're going to open the hip from here. So when we open the hip, we're trying not to let that belly sink down because we want to just keep that nice and stable. We're going to take a breath. So you can reset at this halfway mark, and then we're going to go in reverse. So we're going to send that leg back, put the heel on the ceiling. Take the ankle and knee out together. We'll drive the knee towards the armpit, and then we'll find the belly button. So we'll take a little break. We're going to go for 90 seconds. This one gets pretty spicy here. So again, tuning in. We don't care about how many reps you're getting. I care about the quality here. So try not to be tilting all over. Arms are nice and strong. So let's draw the knee up. Find it out to the side. Heels up to the ceiling as we take it around to open the hip. And then we draw the knees together. And then we reverse. We're going to take the knee up. Find it out, find that armpit, and then find the belly button. So we're just going to make nice smooth circles here. Good. So again, we're always trying to make the biggest circle we can with the knee and thigh, but not at the expense of moving from the rest of the body. So if you're finding yourself wobbling, I want you to make a bigger or a smaller circle. And again, thinking about keeping the weight on the inside of that supporting knee. We're here for about another 20 seconds. So again, keep this nice and stable. If there were a drink on her tailbone, I should be able to drink it when she's done with this. Good. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome job. You can shake it out before we switch sides. Nice. Things definitely might start being a little warm now, getting a little warmed up and spicy. If this is a feel good on the wrist, you have the option to be in fists, and then you also have the option to roll something up to put under the butt of the hand just to take that angle out just a little bit. So let's go ahead and move on to the other hip. So again, we're going to be nice and strong and stable through the body. She's going to draw the knee up towards the belly button, peel the knee out to the side, drive that heel up to the ceiling as we open the hip, and then the legs come together. Still checking in, making sure nothing through here is going on. Ankle and knee come out. We drive the knee up into the armpit. We keep it high as we find the belly button. And we're just moving through here. So you're trying to smooth out your circle throughout this 90 seconds. Again, tuning in, what's going on? Is the weight on the inside of this leg right here to help support you. Nice, don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to check in with those elbows. Push that earth away from you so you're strong and stable through the body. Good, we're keeping in motion here. Stable through the body, that low back and belly, trying to be as still as possible. We're gonna keep moving for 15, 14, 13, 12, still making that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just gonna shake it out real quick. Nice. So we're gonna be in this position for a few other things before we move on to the other part of the hip work. So in this position, we're gonna hit a set of something, and it's gonna be for two times, so 2 rounds, if you will. So in that quadruped position, so on all fours, without changing anything in the body, I'm gonna have her take her left leg, slide her toes to extend. So we're not doing anything besides straightening the leg here. Nothing in the body changes. I'm gonna have her very slowly and gently squeeze her butt to lift the leg. Notice the knee doesn't bend here. So go ahead and show them what that would look like as a sloppy kind of lift. So we take the slack out by pointing the toe. We lift as high as we can, and then we're gonna, from here, draw 10 circles one way. So if I was having her, you can just rest for a second. If she had a marker tip on her toe and she looked at the wall behind her, there are gonna be 10 small, tiny little circles. And we're gonna do that 10 one way, 10 the other.
We're watching you.
Do them small. So from here, let's go ahead and set our position. We're again tuning in. This shouldn't be changing. So we take the slack out by pointing the toe. We lift to height. We keep this at height, and now we move 10 circles one way. So they should be at the upper limit of your range. So we're trying to keep our leg as high as we can. And you go into your 10 right into the reverse. Staying that nice straight leg. Nothing's happening here. We're trying to stay in that upper limit of our height here. And then we're just going to take it down to take a little break. We're going to actually move immediately into the next part of this. We're going to lift it like the height and freeze. Keeping the thigh where it is. She's going to squeeze the heel to the butt like she was cracking my finger. And then she's going to straighten the leg again. And then we're going to do that for 30 seconds. So take a break. We're not doing it yet. I'm just showing you what's happening. You ready for it? I don't want you to burn out. I want everybody to see what's happening.
I don't want to burn out either.
All right. So let's go ahead and move into the straight leg circles first. So she's going to lift the leg, and we are all going to circle now 10 circles. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. She's going to go the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's going to set the leg down. Shake it out if you must. And then we're going to go right into it. So we're starting to feel the burn here. Straight leg, lift the leg, the thigh is frozen. We squeeze the heel to the butt, and then we straighten the leg. We're always trying to keep this thigh higher than we think that we can. So it shouldn't be dropping to the floor. We're here for another 15 seconds. Keep driving that knee and leg up, squeezing the glute here. Good, keep going, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll set down, and then we'll do the same set on the same leg. So we're not switching just yet. So when Bridget's doing these circles, I'm gonna actually have you do them this way if you don't mind. Your leg would be that way.
Okay.
So they can see what's going on with the circles. Sorry, not the most flattering angle, but here we are. Or is it? Yeah. All right, so second set, same leg. So we're setting the body in that quadruped position. We're gonna straighten the leg, point the toe, and then we're gonna lift. We're gonna go 10 circles one way, and then 10 the other. So again, she's trying to keep her leg as high as she can, finding the ceiling of her circles. And when she hits 10 one way, she's just gonna go right into that reverse, stable and still through the body, still looking for the height with that leg. The knee is not bending here, so you should be driving and trying to reach for the wall behind you with the toe. And now we're gonna go right into that 30-second hinge. So again, when we lock the leg up, the thigh is frozen. The only thing happening is the knee hinging towards the butt. So we lift and we hinge 30. So you squeeze the heel all the way to the butt and then all the way straight. Keep squeezing. Keep driving that knee up. She's just trying to stay away from my hand here. So she's not letting it drop as she extends or as she flexes. We're halfway. I want you squeezing the entire back side to keep that leg up. Fight for 5, 4, 3, 2, and take it down. Nice. We're just gonna switch sides, but definitely feel free to shake it out of the wrist. Again, you do have the option to be in this position, and if it's just completely unbearable, you can definitely take it down to the elbows, though that is gonna make it a much more difficult position. So let's go ahead and hit it on the same side. So we're just gonna go right into it on this side. So 2 sets. So we start with the circles, and then we'll hit the hinges. So we'll set our quadruped position. We'll straighten the leg. We're gonna lift the leg to height. We've got 10 circles one way. Good, nice, tight, small circles. So we wanna keep that leg nice and long, and then you'll reverse 10 the other way. Still checking in to make sure we're not getting a lot of motion through the rest of the body. We wanna focus on that thigh being the thing that's moving in space. You can go, we're gonna set before. So you hit your 10 and 10, take a little break ski, and we're gonna move into the hinges. So go ahead and set your position. So we set, straighten the leg, we lift, and we go squeeze heel to butt. The thigh doesn't drop, so keep note of that. She's driving her knee up the whole time. Squeezing the heel all the way to the butt, and then we look for that fully extended leg. Good, keep going for 10. Drive that leg up. Good, we're still straight and tight through the body. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna shake it out. We got about 5 to 10 seconds. We're gonna go into our second set here. Yeah. So again, we're gonna face this way just so you can kind of see what the circles would be looking like. But again, we're just looking for small, tight circles here. So she's gonna take the slack out of the leg, lift, find her height. We've got 10 one way. So again, she's looking for that upper limit, trying to stay away from my hand here. Once she hits 10, she's just gonna go right into that reverse. Same thing, we're tuning into the stomach and low back. That shouldn't be doing much here. We're not letting that leg fall towards the mat. Good. Shake it out after you hit 10 and 10. And then we're gonna move right into those hinges. So we're gonna straighten that leg. Lift, thigh is frozen in space. We squeeze the heel to the butt as we try not to let the knee fall towards the mat. Keep moving. So we're always driving that thigh up. We've got 30 seconds here. We're a little bit past 30 now. We're halfway. Keep driving that leg up. So she's always looking for height, squeezing the glute to keep that thigh frozen up. We've got 5, 4. Keep that knee away from the mat for 3, 2, 1. Take it down.
Oh my God.
Just know if you are doing this with me and us, I love all of you. It's a love-hate relationship.
Deceivingly difficult.
If you're not doing it, I suggest you do it just to see what all the spice and fuss is about. So from this position, we're actually, well, not this position, excuse me, we're actually going to move into butterfly and from the wall. So For video's sake, I'm gonna have Bridget pretend like the block is the wall. And if you don't have a wall, a block is your best friend. And if you don't have either of those things, you're just gonna try to be as upright as you possibly can. Because we're really trying to maintain a nice, long, straight spine so we can get a lot of work done in the hip here. So in this butterfly position, we're gonna have the heels towards the groin. So that's gonna be the position that we want today, as close as they can be in. Gonna remove the socks here.
Getting some heat building.
It's getting hot in here. So from here, she's gonna move into what we call an isometric movement path to bear. But we're gonna do it one leg at a time. So she's gonna take, and definitely if you feel like you need a little support, hands on the ground behind you are gonna be a great option for that, but really exaggerate poking that chest and spine open so we don't get all closed on that front side. So staying nice and tall through the spine, she's gonna take the right leg, she's gonna peel it up to her armpit and freeze. From here, she's gonna keep the knee where it is as she starts to open that knee into a 90 position, and then we're just gonna tap down. So from this position, it's going to look like this. Lift the knee up and freeze, the knee's frozen. All I'm doing is opening the knee into a 90, and then I slowly find the ground. So we're both gonna do it at the same time so you can kind of see what's going on here. So from here, we're gonna drive the knee up into our armpit and freeze. I'm gonna squeeze the heel towards my groin, and I'm gonna only set down when I can't draw the heel closer to my groin. We parachute down. So I shouldn't hear you set down. We're not dropping things. Shh. All right, so up nice and tall through the spine. Drive the knee up. We extend that leg to find a nice 90 bear sit. And back. Good. We're gonna go on a 3-second count for the next one. So that was 1. Drive the knee up. And we extend, 2, 1, and tap. Back, 2, 1. Good, that's 2. Drive the knee up to lift the heel and drive it out. Good, tap down, squeeze the heel to the butt and set down. That's 3, we got 2 more. Let's set the position, get more upright in the spine if you can. If you can go less pressure in the fingertips, definitely do that. Hands clapped in front are gonna make this a way different ball game. Much fun, so much more fun, but very hard. So when we're lifting, we're also thinking about lifting from that ankle first. So I don't want you to just lift the knee up and the ankle comes along. I want you to try to drive the motion by lifting the ankle first and then move. Good. So we're always keeping the thigh as close to the ribs as we can get them. So we don't want this angle to change. Last one here, drive that knee up and extend. 2, 1, and we tap. So again, this doesn't change, drive the knee up, keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight, and set down. And then we're just gonna switch sides. Do you wanna face the camera? Sure. Cool. So we're gonna switch legs here. So you should be on a different leg. We're just gonna move against the wall because we do have the wall. It's definitely your best friend for something like this. You don't get more honest feedback from anything else. So again, thinking about the ankle first, we're gonna lift the leg and extend. 2, 3, we tap up, back, 2, 3, that's 1. And up, good. Tap it down. And let's make sure we get a nice tap and freeze at this outer position. I want you to actually stop the motion so you have to start it again. So that's 2. Drive that knee up, set your body, extending, good. We're gonna tap down and then up, 2, 3, that's 3. We've got 2 more. Be more upright if you can. Drive up, extend, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3. Good. Again, so we're closing this thigh, trying to drive it up towards the ribs the entire time. That's where you get the heat from. Last one. That's right, the heat, baby. Squeeze.
Bring it.
She's still trying to pinch my fingers right through here. So she's driving her knee up towards her ribs the whole time. Good. So that was 5 and 5 on each side. So we're gonna go back to the right leg. And again, if you're not on the wall, you're just up nice and tall. You can still go fingertips behind you. She's gonna take the right leg. We're still thinking about initiating from that ankle first when we lift. So the first part remains the same. Lift the leg and freeze. From here, she's trying to keep the thigh high as she goes into extension. And then we're gonna go into a tap down or a figure 4. So she's gonna parachute down. So we're doing this 3 times. Now she's gonna lift the leg, bring it back as she finds butterfly again. Good, so we're bringing the heel as close to the groin as we can before we set down. That's 1, we're gonna do 2 more. You're gonna follow me on this count. It's gonna be 5 seconds out. Lift the leg, we extend 5, 4, 3, 2. You slowly find the ground. That's right. And then we lift, and we go back. 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. Last one, but we're actually gonna freeze out here. So make it hard. Lift that leg. You're always looking for height here. Ankle up first. 5, 4, 3, 2. She's gonna parachute down and she's just gonna chill here. So if you have a block, this is gonna be where it comes in handy. If you don't have a block and you have some books or something nearby, definitely take advantage of it. Or just pretend once again that you do have a block. So you're gonna be up nice and tall, or you have the option to lean forward towards the thigh to make it harder. But the up nice and tall should be good for most people tuning in because it sucks. So from here, she's going to point the toe to get the slack out of the leg as we lift to height. So she's got a lot of hip flexion here. So I'm actually gonna bring this about here and let her set down. So in this position, I'm going to have her do 10 lift-offs of this position, and then we're going to move into the same 10 and 10 circle and circle that we did from the other way. So set your position nice and tall. You're going to lift that leg, keeping the knee locked out, so we don't want it to bend. You're going to find the block and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're gonna find the block or ground and rest for a second. We're going right into that 10 and 10. So we're doing this 2 times, of course. So slack out of the leg, point the toe, and then let's see those 10 tiny circles. So in this case, she's trying to stay now away from the block as she makes her 20 total circles. So 10 one way, 10 the other. Good. Again, we're still tuning in what's going on with the core and spine here because we want to be reaching out through the crown of the head as we're nice and long. So now we're going to go, I actually lied, from the block position. Sorry, we're hovering from the block over, and then we're finding the armpit. So we're actually doing a wide hover here. So you're going to hover out to your armpit. So she's going to lift the leg, and she's going to take the ankle out as far as she possibly can and set down. Now she's going to bring it back and land on top of her object. Good. And now we're here for the next 60 seconds. So again, I'm always having her try to find height before she sets down. She's driving her ankle out as far as she can to the wall, to the right or left, wherever, whichever leg you're doing. So we're only getting a quick little rest on the block as we're maybe taking the slack out or resetting the body. And we're moving here. We're about halfway. Good. Keep moving. So we're driving that leg up, and we're always finding height before we set down. And again, we're looking for that parachute down. I don't want you just collapsing all down, all willy-nilly here. Let's move for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Make it back. Make it back. Hold on. Just go make it back. Good, and we're going to take a little break. So in this position, I'm actually going to have her just remove the block if you've had one, and we're going to just go into the half shoulder car that we've already kind of done here. Cool. So you're going to be still in butterfly.
I just needed.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So we're going to do the first part of the shoulder car. Again, if you have the wall, perfect. If not, we're just always looking for more flexion or taking the thumb further back.
Full butterfly?
Nope, I just want you in that position.
Okay.
Yep. So from that straight leg position, we're going to take the right arm. She's going to reach the thumb and try to touch the wall behind her. So we're trying not to peel the spine off the wall. So your whole back should be touching the wall right now. From here, she's going to dump the drink out as she continues to reach back on the wall, finding a Y shape and pause. She's now going to start unwinding, reaching back to try to skim the wall, thumb back, soft part of the arm to her. And we're here for 60 seconds. So you're really just kind of coming to chin level and then reaching back. So we're hitting that Y, and we're really looking for a nice straight arm, the spine staying on the wall, and rotation of the upper arm. Good. So we're continuously trying to reach back to touch the wall, even in that rotation. We're halfway. Good. So we're up nice and tall. None of this is changing. We're really getting motion from the upper part of the arm. Keep moving for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So with that ankle first, we're thinking about lifting the ankle as we lift the knee. And then we're going to straighten the leg for 3, 2, 1. That's 1 up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And up. 4, 3, 2. We're slowly finding the ground and up. Squeezing it up. We're driving the knee up, 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 up. Good. No free ride here. Everything should be difficult. You should be under your own tension. So make it harder on yourself. Squeeze. And we slowly find the ground. We pause here. So this is our new position. So our legs and hips are not the same. So you might find that this might have went well on one side and maybe it doesn't go so well on the other. That's okay. That's pretty normal. So let's go ahead and slowly find our height by lifting the leg. 9, 10. Good. So shake it out if you must. Up nice and tall. Again, if you're leaning back on the hands, try to be lighter in the fingertips. Point the toe. We're going to lift. We're trying to stay away from the block. We've got 10 circles one way, and then we're going to go into 10 circles the other. So she's trying to stay away from the block here. Always trying to stay up to the height. So she's reaching for my hand here. She probably maybe is getting a little crampy cramp. It does happen. That quad is going to be burning. So we got our... Actually, you're going to lift from that. I lied. So yeah, she's going out with the ankle as far as she can get, as high as she can keep it. So let's lift, and she's gonna set down when she cannot get that ankle out further. And up. We've got 30 seconds here. So again, we're tuning in, we're long through the spine. We shouldn't be collapsing at the stomach when we go to lift the leg. Good, so we're always looking for height. The knee shouldn't be bending here. So we're reaching out to the toes, trying to hit the wall in front of you. You're halfway. Perfect, keep moving. The ankles comes out further. Awesome, toes stay pointed up. Good. 15, 14, 13, come on. Keep moving, squeezing it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, make it up there, and rest. Good. So you can remove the blocker object if you have it. If not, don't worry about it. And then we're going to go into the same thing, 60 seconds here for that shoulder. So she's going to take her thumb. So we're starting about chin level. You're going to reach with that thumb back. Try not to let that chest peel off the wall. Good. You're going to dump the drink out as you try to rotate on the wall. So you're always reaching back for more. And then you're going to bring it back. So we're going to move right into that 60 seconds. So again, we're thinking about the bicep being what we really want rotating. So if there was an X on the bicep, she's rotating it away from the ear, trying to get it onto the wall, and then she's going to try to rotate it back towards her face. Good. So we're about halfway here. So we're always trying to reach back for more towards the wall, still trying to maintain a nice long spine, not letting it extend off the wall. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Okay, you can come out of that. Awesome. I have no idea what time it is.
4 or 5.
Cool. Cool. So we're just going to finish up with just a little bit of 90-90 work, mostly that kind of bear sit transfer. So let's go ahead and scoot this out. Maybe there's a switch. We're going to go right leg in front. So in this position, we're going to be looking for the knee to be in line with the hip, and then the ankle to be in line with the knee. So if you were looking down, it's a nice, perfect 90-degree angle. And then same thing on this leg back here. So if I was standing over you, I should see 2 perfect 90s, or close to. In this position, we're gonna be working the back leg right now. So if it's more comfortable to lean out to the side of the front leg, like towards that way, you can definitely do that. Well, same thing though as usual, we're trying to tune in and not get a lot of motion from the rest of the body because we're really gonna try to get motion from the hip here. So in this position, I'm gonna have Bridget drive her knee down as she lifts the ankle. She's gonna do that as she sets down 4 more times. So we're going 5. So we're gonna lift up and then down, up, down, 4, 5. So I don't know if you can see, but we're just getting a tiny little bit of lift here. If we were getting big motion, that's what we would be getting. But I don't want that much motion, so I would prefer to get just a hair or a credit card under there. So again, we're gonna go second set of 5. So knee stays down. Nothing here changes as she lifts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, we set down. So from here, I'm gonna have her lift the entire leg, but I don't want it to be all wobbly, willy-nilly. So again, we're thinking about the ankle lifting first. As we lift that whole leg, we freeze. We're gonna set down. Good, we're gonna lift the leg and freeze, and then set down. So she's already walked out to the side. So we're not leaning out as we try to lift. So she's creating balance through the other side by just pushing her arm through the ground to keep her upright. So nice and solid, we lift from the ankle, hold, and down. 2 more, and down. We're gonna go 1 more, up, and down. On this next one, we're gonna go for a hinge. When we hinge, this doesn't move in space. So we're gonna lift and freeze. We're gonna start extending. 2, 3, we're gonna set down. Good, we're gonna lift and bring it back. 2, 3, and set down. So again, notice the knee didn't travel towards her front leg, and it didn't come behind her either. We're gonna do that 3 more times. Lift, we extend. 2, 3, set it down. Up, 2, 3, down. Good. So it's really easy to let this ankle lag behind. We're always looking for more height with the ankle. We're gonna lift, extend. 2, 3, and back. Good. 2, 3, we tap down. We've got 1 more. Really think about that ankle doing the motion first. Lift, extend. 2, 3, and up, back. 2, 3, and we set down. Good. We're gonna keep that toe planted. We're gonna lift the knee. We're just gonna open that thigh up, and then we're gonna smash it back down into the ground. So in this next one, you're gonna pretend like somebody's resisting you as you fight open to get as much as that thigh off the ground as you can, and then you smash it down like I was letting it. And open. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3, we open. 2, 3, and we smash down. 2, 3, we're gonna open. 2, 3, and we pause. We're gonna keep driving the knees open as we start moving into bear sit. So you might recognize this from earlier. The knees are as far away from one another as we can. Our spine is tall. Good. And then we're just gonna transfer over to this side. And we're just gonna hit the same thing on this side. So if you need to lean forward a little bit in this 90, no big deal. We're gonna be keeping the knee down as we lift the ankle. So we've got 5 lifts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a break. We got 1 more set of that. So if you need to walk forward for more lift, do that. But I don't want to see a lot of lift. So we're just thinking about a hair or a credit card. So again, this stays planted. Nothing here is moving. We lift the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We're going to go into that whole leg lift. So we're going to lift the leg, thinking about the ankle and heel first. Lift. And down. Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Demos these days. And then we lift. And set down. Again, thinking about that ankle first. We lift and down. And so I don't know if you can kind of see it right now, but Bridget's knee on this side wants to float forward just a little bit, and we really want to prevent that. So this is locked into place here. So we lift and we hold, and let's set down. Now we're gonna go right into those hinges. So again, we're still thinking about as much height from the ankle as we can get. So we lift the leg, we extend, 2, 3, and tap it down, up and back, 2, 3, tap it down, good, and up, extend, 2, 3, back, good, thighs frozen in space, still finding as much height as we can. Good, let's go 2 more. Tapping it down and back, good. Make sure when we hit that straight leg, the toes are still staying forward, not migrating up towards the ceiling. Good, and up, back, 2, 3, we set it down, good. We're gonna keep the big toe as we open the leg. So again, we're thinking that somebody's resisting us. We're in our own imposed tension here. And down, and open, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Let's open, and we're gonna open into bear sit, and we're gonna freeze there, but I want the legs as far away from each other as we can. The spine is trying to stay up nice and tall, even exaggerating that push chest open forward, and we freeze here. In this position, we're gonna do 60 seconds of swimmer, so I'll show you what that looks like first, and then we'll move into it. I'm gonna just turn this way. So in this position, and you can definitely walk the toes away from the groin, and I'm just gonna show you, but we'll do it with Bridget in just a second. So up nice and tall, fingertips go down on the back of the neck as far as they can. We pinch the elbows together to lift the hands, and we freeze there. The elbows are locked into place. I just go into that extension as I find a nice big Y shape. And then I'm gonna turn my palms and thumb down to the ground just like I did in the shoulder car. And I'm gonna freeze 45 off my hip. I'm gonna get my fingertips as high on my back as I can, and then I'm gonna tap down before we reverse. So I'll pinch to lift, and then I extend. We'll open up into that big Y shape, and then we're gonna bring the fingertips to their starting space. So I could just bring them here, but I really wanna find that starting point of my hands as far down. So again, we're looking for those end ranges here. So again, we're gonna keep that spine up nice and tall. That's gonna be the trick here. I'm gonna actually do it from the side. So we're just gonna do it from the side. Again, if you don't have a wall, a block behind you is awesome. And if you need to move the ankles and feet away from the groin just a little bit to keep you upright, totally fine. So you're battling for that upright position. Fingertips go down on the neck. They shouldn't be able to reach further. She's gonna pinch her elbows behind her to lift the hands and freeze. She's gonna drop. Dump the drinks out as you reach back 5 off the hip. And then you get the hands as high on the back as you can. Pinch the elbows, lift the hands, extend, and then we open up into that nice big Y shape, freezing there, and then we put our fingertips down. So we're just moving through this. You've got about 45 more seconds. So again, we're always as upright as we can be. We're trying to stabilize this position. Once we lock our elbows into place, they shouldn't be moving. So when we extend, we're not letting them drop at all. We're gonna keep that chin level and look at the horizon, so we're not putting extra stress on the neck. We got about 20 more seconds here. So if you can move a little slower, like it just got harder to move in here, or maybe she just had chains that she grabbed onto to drag through space for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Nice. And that is actually all we have for you today.
Besides breath work.
And besides Jake's breath work, yes. So we are going to be finishing. Make sure we do that because it is fucking awesome for you. We will be sitting here until he gets here. Hopefully your hips are feeling delicious. Bear sit's pretty hard. You might be feeling that all in that front line of stuff. And then here comes Sir Jake.
You want to hang out here?
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Okay.
Wow, that was quite the spicy class, you guys.
Fast.
I'm very
You
impressed. I hope
say.
you guys are all feeling really good out there in wherever you are. Hopefully nice and comfortable and safe inside of your houses. So today we're going to do some maximal expansive breathing. If you've taken one of our in-person classes before, you've probably done this. If you haven't done this before, in very layman's terms, it's basically trying to keep your diaphragm as long as possible. If you get a little dizzy during this, it's totally normal. Actually enjoy it because that's you getting high off of your own endocannabinoid system. So kind of understand what that means here in a minute. So I want you to find this a nice upright, tall position. You're going to lift the rib cage up to create as much room through the diaphragm as you possibly can. And now we're going to take a maximal breath in, which means we're going to try to fill our lungs absolutely as much as possible when we don't think that there's any more air to fill our lungs up with. We're going to try to fill just a little bit more, and then we'll do a maximal breath out, which means that we're going to empty our lungs absolutely as much as we possibly can. Full exhale. You're going to squeeze the diaphragm, try to empty as much as you can, and then we're going to go maximal breath in. And now the goal is to exhale as little as possible once we start our breath work. So all together, we'll take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs up as much as they possibly can, and then a maximal breath out through the mouth, exhaling, squeezing, 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 squeezing. And we'll take a maximal breath in through the nose, filling your lungs up as much as you possibly can, and we'll exhale as little as possible. And inhale again, and maximal breath in, and passive breath out. Maximal breath in, passive breath out. Maximal breath in, passive breath out. Exhaling as little as possible. Maximal breath in and out, in and out. Trying to exhale as little as possible. Maximal breath in and out. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in, passive out. Trying to exhale absolutely as little as possible and trying to inhale as much as we possibly can. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in, passive out. Maximal in. In 3 reps, we're going to hold our breath. So maximal in, passive out, little exhale, maximal in, passive out, maximal in, fill your lungs up as much as you possibly can and hold your breath. I want you to get nice and calm here and try not to exhale for as long as you can. Keeping that diaphragm locked in, keeping yourself calm and enjoying the sensation that is going through your body. Try to hold your breath for as long as you can. When you feel like you need to exhale, I want you to try to swallow. Trying to get calm and resisting that urge to exhale. And when you do have to finally exhale, I want you to very slowly exhale. So don't make it a just really quietly go back to your natural breath. And return to that natural breath. Let yourself come back to your body. And back to that natural rhythm. And we're going to do one more breathing technique that is called box breathing. It's a very common breath work that is practiced in the Navy SEALs. A lot of high professional athletes try to practice this breathing technique called box breathing. And basically, we're going to be inhaling for 5 seconds, and then we're going to hold our breath for 5 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 5 seconds. And then again, we'll hold our breath for 5 seconds and then inhale for 5 seconds and so on and so forth. And we'll do that to finish up the class. So before we get into that, we'll just take a maximal breath in and then we'll do a maximal breath out. And then after that exhale, we'll start the actual box breathing. So maximal breath in through the nose. You're gonna fill your lungs up as much as you possibly can. And then a maximal breath out through the mouth. Squeeze your diaphragm. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And then we're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. And you can return back to your normal breath. Enjoy the sensations that are going through your body. Just move your joints for a full hour. Work on some breath work. Hope you guys are feeling really good back at home. Thank you guys for the ones who have donated. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
So for the rest of the week, our plan is to have classes at least once a day. For this week, all classes will be at that 50% revenue will be going to Attention Homes in Boulder. If you don't know about them, definitely go online after this class, do a little bit of research and see what they're all about. They're an amazing program, and we're super excited to be able to donate some money to them, especially in this trying time that we're on. So I hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thank you for tuning in. We're probably just going to throw on some music. So if you want to listen to a little dance party, maybe have a cocktail, move your body around, we'll probably stay on for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes and kind of down regulate. If you want to throw any comments in the comment box about the class, about how you're feeling, any questions or anything of that sort, we'll be here to answer any questions. If you have any feedback, what you liked, what you didn't like, how we can make this experience better for you guys, because this is all new to us.
Right.
2 weeks ago, we never thought we would be live streaming mobility classes, but here we are.
Here we are. And it might be like this for a while.
Yeah,
So let us know how we can serve you better.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for a little dance party.
What peeps it. Hey, Casey. Awesome. Thanks for taking class with us.
Since I got to know you, I've been telling you how to feel. I've been telling you how to feel. I wanna try to make my move. Tell me, please tell me,
You look so good, fantastic man.
Wait, backwards.
No, the only backwards on our side.
Oh.
I checked that before.
Hey, that's a snake.
I just wrote it backwards.
Nice. So now nothing looks bad. Well, the cool thing about this is the rock is more rock out. It's like the closer we get to the it's like very good flow. It's how do you get it done as quickly as possible? It is.
Like, I was
Yeah, they will flag you.
I love this channel, okay? Babe, where'd you get these?
in that room.
If I'm being honest, my gift collection surprises me. I feel like I must be cheating the system somehow.
I just got a shock.
You were shocked? I know.
Let's go so far.
I'll look down at you.
Oh, wait,
Y'all want to take it back? All day.
Yeah, and then you just run this until the next class. And then you're like, oh, next class starts at 2. Yeah, like, you know.
Thanks. Said thanks. Oh my It's called figure eight, right? Figure eight. You did it figure eight with a little something.
Oh, go the other way.
Skirt.
Wait. Yeah, that's it.
Girl, you
We got 2 people that are entertained.
Like, I'll do whatever you need.
Kids stretch after hours. Thank you for tuning in to the Optimal Function Wellness Dance Party. If you have any requests, please throw them in the comment box. We are here for your entertainment.
This is originally what everyone goes now when you sing it.
You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? How did you know I knew my heart badly? Yes,
Yes.
You sexy man.
I'm bored with it.
Did you know you're everything I'm praying for? Did you know every night I'm praying for? And you know satisfaction. Next to me, give it to me. I believe in you sexy thing, I believe in my love. Since you came along, you sexy man. You sexy man. You sexy man. I love you, sexy man. We're gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life that means forever. That's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that street in Beverly Hills, you know the one that everything be alright. Still like you're going through a time, you're like, that's how much of your mind, baby. Just live life. This life, you're on your own. You know they're trying to break you down. I'm crazy. But what's living? Take a little breath. At least you got friends. Come on all day. Oh, friendly world. That's all. It's all I heard. Gonna let me live and break us down. Go, let's go. Go crazy. Let's get nuts. Let's go. Don't know why, baby's cold. All the time. What's in my phone? Baby, now, oh, you don't know me,
Kind of request for Prince.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Adios,
Come with
amigos and amigas.
Hi, everybody.
Y amigas.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.